And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Every day you seem to wake up and there's always internal fightings within inside this Labour Party. Again, all we hear every single day is that someone is looking to oust Keir Starmer out of position and be replaced. Now, Keir Starmer is confronted today with this question and kind of refuses to answer it as such. He just kind of, his mouth moves and nothing really comes out of it. Again, he knows, you can tell it in his eyes, he knows, and he's not answering these questions whatsoever about these Labour infightings. In fact, these interviews to watch of Keir Starmer are really tough to watch because you just get nothing from it. It's just word salad and has no substance whatsoever. More to the point, he also turned up today at McLaren. Imagine that. Lando Norris wins his first ever world championship. McLaren win their sort of first driver championship since 2008. And after celebrations on the Sunday, heavy celebrations on the Sunday, I can imagine, on the Monday morning, you're greeted with Keir Starmer. So yeah, let's watch all this, guys. Quite a lot to get through, but as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. So firstly, guys, I want to go through this bit first. I just found it quite funny, and I just wanted to point out something here. Why when Keir Starmer is at things, why does it always look like people are held captive behind him? Like, do you think any of these people were like, right, I'm voluntarily going behind Keir Starmer here on live television? And in fact, I know how it kind of works because I've kind of been in this position, not with Keir Starmer, but I just want you to see him jump on the bandwagon of Lando Norris and the McLaren stuff. Just completely bored to death. Have a watch of their reaction quickly.
This morning. It's amazing to be here the day after Lando won yesterday, and I hope you've all got a smile on your faces because that interview with him afterwards, which I hope you've all seen, quite very emotional interview with him after
him at the back, man. He's like, "Get me out of here."
He had won. But I thought the way in which he wanted to thank the whole of his team was really important because he was emphasising that he's the person obviously doing the racing, but that can't happen without the whole McLaren team at every level working with him and for him. And I hope you felt a bit of pride there for him, what he's achieved, because everything that you all do, all the teamwork that you put in, is all part of what produces that.
The girl in the blonde is like, "Get me out of here, man." Yeah, literally, it always looks like, I mean, all of them is like, falling asleep listening to him. And I don't blame them. But yeah, my question is, why do they always put like a captive audience behind him every single time? It's like, have you seen like his ratings in the polls right now? His approval ratings like minus, like most of the country dislike him, and yeah, I just can't imagine any of them voluntarily wanting to be there. It's really jokes because we've all been there before. In the military, you have to kind of do something with the government nowadays, and you have to kind of be in the background of things, and it's like orchestrated in that way. But none of those people want to be there whatsoever. However, whilst he was jumping on the bandwagon of that again today, he was asked the obvious questions. And again, he was asked the question, are your chances of leading the country diminishing? No. But just listen to him trying to avoid the question and really like talk about this, because I think if you look in his eyes, he knows what's happening. Again, whilst you can't take everything in the media for gospel, I mean, if you're hearing it all of the time coming from West Streeting, Angela Rayner's camps, there's certainly stuff going on, and he knows it. Look in his eyes.
You're talking about jobs for young people. A lot of speculation about your job this weekend. How unsettling is it?
Well, look, I'm absolutely focused on what I need to do to lead the country, and that's why today my focus is on announcing 50,000 extra apprentices. These are for young people.
Are your chances of leading the country diminishing?
No, we're introducing these apprentices today. I'm really pleased to be able to talk about that because there's been a drop-off in apprenticeships for young people, and we want to retilt that by putting the money in for 50,000 extra apprenticeships today. And look, you don't need to spend much time outside of Westminster to see just how important that is. You saw the enthusiasm of the young people here for the jobs that they're doing. I want more of that right across the country.
How angry does this talk about plotting make you?
I am absolutely focused on the one thing that matters to me, which is changing this country for the better. I'm very happy to be out and about this morning, not talking about internal politics of the Labour Party, but talking about what we're doing for young people, because I know that 50,000 extra apprenticeships will make a material difference to the lives of young people, and I want to make sure that every young person has the ability and the opportunity to go as far as their talent will take them.
That wasn't the question, Keir. And again, I've studied Keir Starmer for 18 months now, since we, of course, started this channel. And when he kind of swerves it, every human being's got body language, right? And I'm not body language expert by any means, but I've seen a lot of patterns in Keir Starmer to kind of make a sort of judgment on it. And when he doesn't address things, that means that you can take it for kind of gospel as such. The fact that he's like, no, I'm not focused on this, I'm focused on that, I'm not focused... He knows that there's a big plot against him. He knows it behind the scenes, which makes this one really interesting here, is that Angela Rayner is set to return back to the cabinet. Now, one of these individuals that we've been talking about that's apparently plotting for his position is Angela Rayner, along with Wes Streeting. We're hearing from their sources, their camp, that they're looking to try and oust him. Well, either or, I don't know in terms of which one, but it seems as though we're hearing rumours from both camps. We're also hearing stuff around Ed Miliband. But we're looking at a situation now where Rayner could be coming back to the cabinet. And I'm telling you now, firstly, it's a disgrace that she's coming back anyway. A housing minister not paying stamp duty tax whilst trying to enforce that sort of tax onto everyday people. And as it says here, imagine the outrage if Boris came back after a few months. Angela Rayner would have been screaming. She absolutely would have been. And now she's apparently coming back according to Keir Starmer. But I don't think this is good for him. Well, at least he's trying to keep her on side. This is a tactic from Keir. Because Keir is hearing all of this, and there's a good chance that she's looking to try and launch a plot to oust him. So he's trying to get it back in to keep her on side and be like, no, we're all good, we're in this together, so to speak. She doesn't want to be Deputy Prime Minister again. She wants to be the Prime Minister. God help us.
Well, that story was totally bananas, and something else is too, because Angela Rayner is coming back, isn't she? That's essentially what our Prime Minister declared in his puff piece in The Observer today. She's only been gone for 3 months, by the way, if you seem to have forgotten. It does feel like a lot longer, but it's only been 3 months. It seems to me the disgraced former Deputy Prime Minister has got Keir Starmer over a barrel. He called her, in this puff piece, hugely talented. I'm sorry, what is she talented at? She's never had a job in her life. She's climbed the greasy pole of politics, called for everyone on their dog to resign, and as housing minister, she pledged to build millions of new homes, yet the stats show only 186,000 net additional homes were delivered during her time in office, a decrease on the year before she was in office. So she's not very talented at that, is she? Well, she's not, clearly, even very good at tax avoidance loopholes. She got caught out on that one too. So what has she been successful at? Well, she's definitely been successful at stirring up class warfare, calling Tories scum, if you remember. And I suppose she's also been good at acting as Labour's human hand grenade, rolling around the backbenches, blowing up her own party's unity at every single turn. But look, the reality is that bringing Rayner back after 3 very short months just exposes the sheer hypocrisy of this beleaguered government. What would Angela Rayner have said if Boris Johnson tried this stunt? Well, this is what Angela Rayner said in October 2020.
Just to clarify, you do think Matt Hancock should resign?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he should hang his head in shame, but I don't think he's the only problem. I think the whole of the front bench are a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing now, Angela, hanging your head in shame. Well, look, let's be real. If Boris had slunk back into the cabinet 3 months after being sacked, or if any Tory she'd branded a liar or a corrupt politician made a comeback, Rayner would have been the first one on the phone to the BBC faster than you can say double standards. She'd be demanding investigations, inquiries, wouldn't she? But for her, it's all forgiven, forgotten and fast-tracked. That's because it's what, Angela?
There's one rule for them and one rule for all of us.
Isn't it true? Let's be honest. This isn't about Rayner's supposed and inexplicable talent. It's about saving the Prime Minister's own backside. The most unpopular Prime Minister in history now has Rayner reportedly briefing against him behind closed doors at every turn. Before the budget, if you remember, snippets of Rayner's own socialist alternative budget magically leaked to the press to undermine the Chancellor Rachel Reeves. She's allegedly now plotting to rebel against David Lammy, the now Deputy Prime Minister's jury reforms, alongside 60 other Labour backbenchers. And Starmer's own Health Secretary, his former best mate Wes Streeting, has reportedly floated the idea of a joint ticket with Rayner to oust the Prime Minister. So, the question now isn't if Rayner eventually topples the Prime Minister, it's what position she'll be in when she does do it. And don't forget, this is the same Labour Party that told you this.
We've changed the Labour Party, returned it to service, and that is how we will govern. Country first, party second.
That didn't last long, did it, Keir?
Well, there you go. I mean, if you look at all of those interviews, all those two bits of information there, then it makes it very clear, doesn't it? It does make it very, very clear indeed in what is happening. Guys, do let me know your thoughts on all of this down there in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Peace.